Ooh. Okay, it is 3:30 on April 16th, and I am just now getting out of bed. I've been awake for a while, I just didn't feel like getting up. I was up till 8 in the morning editing my Reading Rush tag and TBR video. I just haven't uploaded it yet as of the filming of this, because at some point you get tired and you say screw it and you go to bed. So that's what I did, and I woke up at around 1 o'clock, which now that I think about it is not a whole lot of sleep. Oh well, I woke up at about 1 o'clock and I just laid in bed. I watched a few YouTube videos. I read about 80 pages of Shadow Magic, so I'm about halfway through that book right now. I'm not loving it. It's not that it's a bad book, but it's not grabbing me. So it's really hard for me to pick it up and go, yeah, I'm gonna sit down and read this book. I mean, yeah, you guys know how that feels when you start a book and it's not bad, but it's not great. Like, I don't really care what happens on the next page. I'm just reading it to finish it. But hopefully if I can finish that today, I'll start The Bear and the Nightingale, maybe, because I think that one's going to take the biggest chunk of my reading rush time period. Whatever. I don't know. I'm not good at this. I don't normally do the vlog thing or put my face on camera, but I said I would, so here we are. Here I am, doing it, trying it. I'm gonna get up, get dressed. I have to go to the store and pick up some stuff for my dad. Sorry, my neighbors are making a lot of noise because they're children, and that's what children do, they're noisy. Anyway, I'll probably check back in a few hours. Hopefully when I finish Shadow Magic or I've accomplished anything with my day. Alright, see you in a bit, guys. Alright, the lighting's terrible, the angle's not flattering, and you can hear my window unit in the background, but I'm not gonna fix any of those because this is supposed to be like a real authentic vlog or something. Somebody stop me. It is 1:45 in the morning and I'm still trying to finish Shadow Magic. I know I said I was going to finish it today, but when I said today I meant between sleeps, because it's not the next day until I've slept for at least 3 hours, until I've gone to bed, until I've declared myself going to bed and I've slept and I've woken up and it's the next day. That's a really complicated way of saying it's not like when I got home from the store, I didn't sit down to read this book. I uploaded my Reading Rush tag video, which took longer than I thought because I decided for some odd reason that I really, really, really wanted to work on the thumbnail. I get hyper-focused on things, and it's not exactly the best for my, like, productivity workflow or whatever. I would read for a few minutes and then work on that, and then read for a few minutes and then work on that, and then I did some stuff on Animal Crossing, and I would do the same thing, and so I've been reading in bursts, like, basically, if I have to wait for, like, a loading screen or something, I've been, like, picking up my phone and reading, like, a few pages, because it's not a bad book. It's one of those books where I can tell right now I'm probably gonna end up giving it 3 stars, because it's fine, like, it's a decent story, the characters are fine, the writing's good, I've very much enjoyed the way the world has been built, like, the way the world building has been given to us, so it's not ever info dumpy, for the most part. It gets that way sometimes, but for the most part, it's not really info dumpy. So I enjoy, it's a well-written book, it's just the story's not interesting to me, and I have some issues with the pacing, I guess is the best way to put it. We're at the 70% mark, and it just now feels like the overall plot is really getting focused. So the plot from the synopsis, and from the, judging from the beginning of the book, the plot would be finding whoever's been killing gods in this, made-up magical city in California. The other underlying plot, and because it's connected to whoever's killing gods, probably fingers crossed, is that somebody at some point killed our main character before the book started. He was murdered in a ritual sacrifice. Or not quite murdered, you find out later, but he was almost murdered in a ritual sacrifice. And that's really only just now coming into focus. Like, that's clearly the real true plot line that's driving through everything, and they're probably both going to be solved at the same time, because they're probably both being done by the same people. That lady's probably right. I have my suspicions as to why that lady's probably right, and there's way too many questions that have to be answered. Like, I have way more questions than I do answers right now, and I understand that this is supposed to be a 9-book series, but this one is billed as a standalone. So this is like, here's your standalone introduction. It's got a beginning, a middle, and an end, and it should leave you with enough questions to go into the rest of the series if you want to. So we'll see if it leaves me with enough questions, or if this book just leaves me cranky that I didn't get enough answers. So, anyways, at this point, I'm just using this video to stall. You might be asking yourself, how could the lighting get worse? And that's because I turned the overhead light off in my room and I'm just using the light from my computer screens to light my face so this doesn't look like some sort of like creepy stalker video or something. Anyways, I had to, it's only been 30 minutes since I did my last update, but I had to step in. I had to say something because I called it. I just want to, first of all, I'm right. I was right. I was right the whole time. And I don't know if I voiced this opinion, but I said earlier that I was pretty sure that the lady who's been super nice to our hero the whole time, like she's the bad guy, because the cynic in me is like, nobody's that nice without a reason. There's no way there's a character who's just this nice. And it's not, I'm not mad that she was evil. I'm mad that she's like, first of all, it really kind of comes out of nowhere if you're not like me and you're not just immediately suspicious of everything. Of course, let me disclaimer all of this. I could just be an idiot. I could have missed all the signs, but all the signs showing for me are like, oh hey, this lady's probably the bad guy because she's just way too involved. Well, she's the bad guy, and the thing that's irritating me is she's basically giving a villain speech. She's like, oh, I could have found this dagger on my own with enough time, or I could have kept it when I stabbed you. Bum bum bum. And it's like, oh, great, awesome. No mystery there, no subtlety. Just, hey, I'm the bad guy. I'm the person who stabbed you in the heart earlier. I'm mostly just eager for this to be done with. Reactivated shaky cam, mainly in that I'm now holding my camera as opposed to propping it up against something, so it's gonna shake a little bit. You're just gonna have to deal with that. I might try to edit it in post, but I'm already gonna have to fix so much stuff that I'm just not gonna bother with it. Anyway, I finished Shadow Magic. I called it. The bad guy was the bad guy. The last few scenes are actually pretty cool. Like the big boss fight was pretty solid. And like the tease for the next, the next in the series is pretty good. I do feel like it is a pretty okay standalone. Like it's got a beginning, a middle, and an end, but it does too much to set up like a series to really be able to say, oh, well, I feel satisfied with everything that I read in this one. What I'm gonna do is I've got my giant cup of tea here. This thing is the size of my head. Got my giant cup of tea. Got a couple cheese snacks right here. And I'm gonna take some medicine, and I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna lay down and I'm gonna go to bed. If I really, really, really feel like I want to start reading something, like if I can't sleep and I don't want to watch YouTube, I might start the audiobook for The Paper Magician because I can get it through. It's included with your Kindle Unlimited borrow of the book itself. Or, I might just lay in the quiet, in the dark, and we'll see what happens. Anyways, I just wanted to update everybody on the end of day 1 of the Stay Home Reading Rush. This is it for day 1. I'll update you guys when I wake up tomorrow, and we'll see what I feel like reading. Bye. Okay, quick update. It is April 17th, 2020, day 2 of the Stay Home Reading Rush. I just got out of the shower. It's 5 in the afternoon. I woke up at like 3 o'clock this afternoon and did not want to get out of bed, so I started the audiobook for The Paper Magician because I don't have the audiobook for The Bear and the Nightingale, and I got about an hour into it. I got to like chapter 3. The book's not long. The book's only like 220 some odd pages, so that's a solid chunk. I think I'll probably listen to it sporadically throughout the day, but I'm not super worried about not finishing this one. Like, it's not a book I'm gonna walk away from, so I'll start The Bear and the Nightingale at some point, but mostly right now I'm gonna fill up my big old cup of tea. Again, this thing's the size of my head. I'm gonna fill this up with some sweet tea, and then I'm going to, because I'm in the South, and that's what you drink in the South if you're not drinking a soda. I'm gonna fill my cup up with tea, I'm gonna make some food, and I'm actually gonna do some other stuff on my computer. I'm gonna do a little bit of writing, because that's overdue. I'm gonna update my bullet journal, because I didn't do that last night, because I was lazy. And then I'm going to, yeah, that's it. I don't know what I'm gonna do for the rest of the day. Oh, I gotta check in on Animal Crossing. Sorry, I just knocked the tripod. I gotta check in on Animal Crossing, because my shop, the Nook's Cranny shop, was closed last night, and those little bastards need to give me some money. I got a house loan to pay off, bruh. Maybe one day I can say that in real life. Anyways, I'll check back in with you guys when I have something to actually say, like when I start something or finish something, or, you know, if I've decided to start cutting my own limbs off. I don't know yet. I'm doing that thing where I turn my overhead light off and I'm just using the light from my computer screen to illuminate my face. Anyways, it is 3 in the morning. This will be the last video clip I include for this update. I'm not 100% sure how my reading rush is going so far, because I've finished Shadow Magic, but I didn't get a whole lot of reading done because I let myself get distracted. Granted, I got distracted by a lot of writing. I actually got more writing done today than I've done in the last couple weeks. But that's because I'm doing two things. I'm doing a perspective test for Gatekeeper 1, in that I'm writing it from a first-person perspective and then a third-person perspective, and I'm gonna get some of my friends to read like that first chapter to tell me which perspective is better. Also, part of it's gonna be me testing which one's easier for me to write as well, so there's that. But that's why I didn't read a whole lot today. I did read like a little bit of Paper Magician. Like I said, I listened to some of it in bed, and then I've been sitting here. I read it in between waiting for tarantulas to spawn on Animal Crossing, and I read some pages in between waiting for matches to start in Overwatch. So it's not that I'm not reading at all. I'm just not sitting down being like, let me sit down and do nothing but read this book. So I'll probably keep reading it though, because I'm at the really exciting part for Paper Magician, where, you know, our hero goes and does the thing that our hero needs to do. I can finish that probably early today technically, because today is technically the 18th, but I've been over this. It doesn't count as the next day for me until I've slept. I'm going to finish I think I'm gonna finish Paper Magician before I start The Bear and the Nightingale, just because I don't want to be able to distract myself from The Bear and the Nightingale, because I'm pretty sure that's like that's over 400 pages, and I'm gonna have 2 days to read that, so fingers crossed it's a good book, otherwise I'm gonna hate myself. I'm gonna upload this clip to my phone, and then I'm gonna edit this video, and then I'm gonna upload it, and then I'm gonna spend the next several hours regretting that I uploaded it, and then I'm gonna sleep, and I'm gonna wake up, and I'm gonna once again remember that I uploaded this and regret it, and I will see you guys again on Monday, probably, for another update. Probably. I don't know how to end this, so I'll see you guys soon in another video. Bye!